What's up, Knicks Nation? Welcome to the Blue and Orange Brunch. And boy, do we have some things to discuss today. The New York Knicks beat the Toronto Raptors in a defensive showcase, holding another opponent below 100 points. The defense continues to be real, as I predicted on this very channel. Jose Alvarado's impact goes beyond just the eye test. We have some numbers to confirm his production and how solid he has been for the Knicks thus far. We'll also touch on Mitchell Robinson. Yesterday, he made some remarks about his free throw form and whose fault it was. But the real Mitchell Robinson topic I want to talk about is what we discussed yesterday, which is the load management. Is he injured? Will he play tonight? That's another update for tonight's game. There's some rookies that are coming out that, the Knicks are projected to draft. For what? So it's been a minute, but we're back to mock drafts. Some of my favorite parts of the offseason banter. Who should the Knicks draft? We're going to get into that. We'll also talk about former Knicks coach Dave Fizdale and his remarks about the Knicks. Is he passing the buck? And then, of course, we're going to talk about tonight's game, the real game, the real showdown between the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're going to get into some of the major updates and whether or not this Knicks team can dethrone the champions in a battle at Madison Square Garden. Let's talk about it on the Brunch Show. What's going on? Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. And I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, man. Tell a friend that we live, man. Welcome to the show. Man, we got a special action-packed show for you today. It's a great day to be a Knicks fan. I just love seeing the Knicks show and prove against top teams. We're going to talk about that Toronto game. But as you guys know, it's like a ritual on this channel. And if you don't know, I'm going to share it with you. You got to smash the like button. All right? We got to allow the YouTube algorithm to know that this is the place to be. So you might as well continue to smash that like button as you enter the show. It's only right. We got a lot to talk about. All right. This is one of the hottest afternoon shows that you'll find talking about this New York Knicks content. So do your part and smash that like button. And also, you might as well subscribe because we know in the last 28 days that 58.8% of our subscribers are not subscribed. So help us close the gap. All right. And it's to your best benefit to help us on this road to 10,000 subscribers. The next milestone is 5K. And of course, when we get there, we start giving away prizes to our subscribers for their support. So all you have to do is subscribe to be entered into a chance to win this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. That's it. No emails, no phone numbers, none of that stuff. All you have to do is subscribe and you could win this boy right here. Bam! I will mail it out to you. All right. So all you have to do is subscribe. So subscribe. Okay. Welcome to the platform. And by the way, salute to all the channel members in the building. I see you guys. Now, listen, channel members, if you're not inside the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, you are missing out. We will be in there tonight. Right. We're in there 24/7. But tonight we will be in there to talking about this game. So if you're a channel member, all you got to do is go to the membership section. You'll see the link. Join the Discord, okay? I'm going to give a big time salute to Killer B, Zach, JJ, Darlene in the place to be. Big time salute to, okay, him 2722. I like that. Starting off the show with a super. He said, for this game, the key stop, Shy is not playing over aggressive, or else Shy would just flop or some ish annoying, but it is what it is. Facts. Hey, yo, him. I got some ideas, okay? I'm not saying that we're gonna do it, but I think I'm gonna give you some things that I think the Knicks are gonna do with SGA. He's incredible. To me, he's the best player in the world. I don't think that's up for debate. But what is more impressive about OKC is them other guys, and we will get to them in a second. Big time salute to him 2722. By the way, this is a call-up show. I'm not opening up the lines right now, but you will be able to call up. All right, and then we have the rules here. Okay, once I open up the phone lines, this is what the rules are. You're gonna hear a horn, then a let's go, and then that will be your time. All right, and then of course, if you want to call back, this is for later in the show. You can by sending in a donation. All right, as far as like my man him just did, he sent in a message. If you can't call in because you're at work and you got a lot going on, and I understand, all you have to do is send in a donation, and I will read your message on the screen in place of a call. All right, so big time salute. I see you. He said maybe put Alvarado on him. Maybe we're gonna address that. We're gonna address that. So after the game, we will be back as well. We got the where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, win or lose, I don't show up if we win and then hide when we lose. But that will be going down. I didn't talk to Maxine about this, but there may be a live play-by-play in the works. A lot of you guys have been asking for it. I see something in the schedule. I'm going to talk to Max about it, and I'll let you know tonight. I will be doing the MVP donors, at least part of it. I'm kind of backed up on that. I'm going to get to that. And yeah, blue and orange brunches every day this week up until Friday. You guys know the deal. So as I start this show, like I always do, we're going to look in some of the scores from the previous night. Just give me a chance to set that up on the back end, because I like to get a glimpse of what took place last night so we can get a glimpse of where we're going. So these are the scores from last night. Of course, the beloved Knicks got the big time victory. Yes, yes, clap it up for the boys in orange and blue. Beating the Toronto Raptors. Okay, this was a pretty great showing from the boys in orange and blue. I'm happy that we were able to get it done. Of course, then we got the Mavericks and the Hornets. Nobody gives a damn about that game, but the Hornets are 500. J-Tap, where are you at? I told you the Hornets were coming. I told you the Hornets, they are going to be possibly a top 9 team, but we'll see. But they're at 500. The Pistons lost to the Cavaliers. Detroit, where are you? Man, big up to the Detroit for taking the L. Dropping the ball like we knew they would. Man, what's going on with Detroit? They're playing against teams without their best players. They lost to the Cavaliers without Donovan Mitchell. Now, I got a question, Detroit. Since y'all lost 2 games to 1 to the Cavaliers, does that mean the Cavaliers are going to beat y'all in the playoffs? Because y'all all of a sudden, oh yeah, we beat you 3-0, so we're going to beat you in the playoffs. So, okay, if that's going to be the logic, Detroit, then the Cavaliers, they're going to beat you because they beat y'all 2 games to 1, and they beat you without their best player last night. It's a mystery to me, y'all. But we're going to find out in the postseason. And when I tell you that the Knicks and the Pistons won't meet up, just remember, you heard it here first. All right? Orlando Magic beat the Washington Wizards. Nobody gives a damn about that. Let's see. The Heat versus the Nets. Nobody gives a damn about that. Spurs versus the 76ers. Damn, they smacked them. I don't think Embiid played this game either. Not having Embiid is a huge blow for the Philadelphia 76ers, man. And I don't feel bad for them because they're the ops. And we're not going to forget what Embiid did to Mitchell Robinson. So the hell with them. That's their fate. The Thunder struggled to beat the Bulls, but of course, we'll be talking about SGA and them boys. SGA did not play against Chicago. But they did one thing in this game that is a concern for tonight's game. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. The Grizzlies versus the Timberwolves. Nobody gives a damn about that. The Lakers beat the Pelicans. Nobody gives a damn about that. And the Suns beat the Kings. Yeah, we definitely don't give a damn about that. So let me just get to tonight's game. And so tonight we got the Master Showdown. All right. I think that this could possibly be a finals preview. M. Bison versus Akuma. Huh? I got that clip coming out. Sorry to my Fanathon people, but I will be dropping that clip tonight. It has a Street Fighter angle to it, so that's where I got that from. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to find out who's the boss tonight between these two teams, as both teams will have their best player. We will have Jalen Brunson, and they will have SGA. Hornets versus the Celtics. This is an interesting game. I don't want to root for another team, but we might have to root for the Hornets to win this. Against the Celtics, you guys know that we're in a dogfight battle to try to catch them. And if the Celtics lose, it'll bring us within the game closer. So I would like to see them get their butts whooped. As far as the Jazz and the 76ers, we definitely do not give a damn about that. Just like the Portland Trail Blazers and the Grizzlies. We definitely do not give a damn about that. But oh, the Hawks and the Bucks. I do give a damn about that because Giannis Antetokounmpo, soon to be New York. Giannis Antetokounmpo is back. And, you know, we want to see if he could get the Bucks to the playoffs. I doubt it. But you know, you got to scout for your future players. You just never know. He just may become a Knick one day. Anyway, Pacers versus the Clippers. Nobody gives a damn about that. That's the games for tonight. You know, I'm telling you right now, tonight is going to be a movie. And I know they got us as plus 4.5. You don't know what that means. That's Vegas basically saying that we're underdogs. But I do believe that we are prime and ready to slay Goliath. Big time salute to everybody that just entered the show. Continue to smash that like button. All right. As you enter, is very important. Big time salute to FS Wisdom. AP, one of the super mods. Big time salute to you, Brother Garfield Podcast. Big time salute to you, Brother Garfield Podcast. I see you in the building. All right. And to everybody else who just joined, continue to smash that like button. We about to get into it. So I'm going to start off with my preliminary target. You know what? Let's talk about this guy, Dave Fizdale. Let's start there. You know, since I'm making Street Fighter references today, do you guys remember in that game, if you played it, who the first boss was? Wasn't it like Cammy or something like that? I always joke around like that. So yeah, I'm treating the Dave Fizdale topic like one of the early bosses in Street Fighter. We got to talk about him because, you know, he made some comments recently talking about his stint with the Knicks. And it always happens like this because of the way the contracts are signed. And hold on, I'm trying to find, I got the quote, but I was trying to find the article. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I think it links to the article I want to go to. But Dave Fizdale, you know, he was making some comments. He was on the show. Yeah, I got the this is where I want to go. Okay, cool. So he talks about the failed tanking time, and you know, if you guys remember that year when Fizdale first joined, it kind of was a year of tanking, but I don't know if I'm buying this whole excuse. Listen to this. If I was doing it all over again, I would have fought more to build a team early on and not cash in on my record. Now, that's a mystery to me because I'm like, your record? What was your record? What was your record? What record did you have? You only coached a season and a half. That's it. So it's not like he coached 10 years in the league. You really didn't have a record. You had one good year in Memphis, and we all got hype. Yeah, Fizdale. Oh, man, Fizdale's going to be it. He's the guy. I'm telling you, he's a great coach. I seen it. That's what you guys were all saying on Facebook. and across the social media web at the time. And so if I was doing it all over again, I would have fought more to build a team early on and not cash in on my record. This is what he said on FanDuel's TV show, Run It Back. That's the hard part for coaches when you agree to tank. Well, I don't know if you agree to tanking or if you're hired by the organization and then they decide, okay, we're tanking. What are you going to do? I mean, there's nothing you could do about it. If they say that we're going to tank, then I mean, it is what it is. You got to do what they telling you to do. So I don't think you agreed to tank unless you're saying they hired you on that premise. And if they did hire you on that premise, you know, why would you come out? See, this is what I don't like. I don't like when people, you know, kind of like throw shade on a situation after. Like, I'm somebody who is kind of, I don't like to let the cat out the bag. And there's a certain way I handle business, right? I'm not going to get on the internet and talk about this, that, and the third. If I have to sue you, I will sue, and then that will get out on the internet. But if it's not a scenario where I have to sue you, I mean, I feel like if you sign up for something, you shouldn't complain about it. Maybe I just have some old school Brooklyn grounding in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't agree to something that I don't want to do or I will regret doing. So I would have nipped that in the bud from the beginning. But like, once I sign up for the job that I didn't really want to do, what grace do you give me for complaining? That's all I'm saying. And now he gets on there 5-6 years later, and I can't wait for the Coach Tibbs book. I'm like this for the Coach Tibbs book. I can't wait for Coach Tibbs' book to come out. Like, I'm seriously, I am looking forward to Tibbs because you know that book is going to be explosive, okay? Now, Fizdale was under the directive to lose by the front office, led at the time by Steve Mills and Scott Perry to draft Zion Williamson or Ja Morant. Now, I got a question. Do y'all think that Zion or Ja would have worked out better? Like, I don't know. I mean, I think they're better talented than, of course, than RJ, but would it have been better than RJ? I feel like we would have dropped the ball. Sorry. I just, without Leon there, yeah, we would have dropped the ball. The Knicks picked RJ Barrett number 3. According to Fizdale, were convinced that summer that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were for sure coming to us. That ish didn't work out. Y'all remember that? Was y'all on that train? I ain't gonna lie, I never really believed it. I didn't. I'm like, yeah, it's not happening. It just seemed too good to be true. It just really seemed too good to be true. So that ish didn't work out. Instead, they signed Julius Randle. Big time salute to Julius Randle. New York City salute to Julius Randle. One of the few guys who wanted to come to New York. Bobby Portis and Taj Gibson, okay. Fizdale started 4-18 during the 2019-20 season and was canned. Now, the funny part about this was I actually thought this team was a good team. Because you had Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson, Marcus Morris. I mean, I thought we had a squad. But, yeah. Fizdale started 4-18. And he was canned for losing. So that's the irony of this. It's just like, he said, losing all of those damn games, donating my record. But hold on, Dave, come on. We got to relax, dog. Because once we got RJ, Randle, Portis, Marcus Morris, that was your opportunity to show us that you could win. And you continue to drop the ball. I don't know. What do y'all think about Dave Fizdale? He thinks that the tanking, he blames the Knicks for the tanking and they ruined his record. Yeah, I mean, of course, the clear tank was the year we drafted RJ Barrett. That was a tank year, 100%. But the year after that was not a tank year. And you went 4-18. I'm sorry. If you go 4-18, you gotta get the hell up out of here. Big time salute to my man AP. He says the original Street Fighter, the original boss was Sagat. That is true. But I'm talking, we know, AP, how many people played the original Street Fighter? I don't think too many guys played the original Street Fighter. I didn't play the original Street Fighter till after I played Street Fighter 2. I'm keeping it real. Now, I may be a little bit younger than you guys, but I didn't play the original Street Fighter when it first came out. I didn't. I didn't really know about the first Street Fighter till years later. I'm keeping it real. So to me, the final boss was M. Bison. And I'm going to drop that clip so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about later for the Fanathon. My bad on missing out. By the way, big time salute to my man Killer B. Once again, man, Killer B, you are the real MVP. You are one of the MVP donors. And actually, this is a great way to segue into the MVP donors. But he gifted some memberships, man. Let me see who got the memberships. Big time salute to my man Juan Castillo. Big time salute to you. All right. Big time salute to Cody Glock. I see you. Welcome to the membership. Camp Life. Big time salute to you. Steven Torres. Big time salute to you. Christopher Phillips. Big time salute to you. Welcome to the channel membership, you guys. I do appreciate you guys joining the membership. I see you, Mellow Mike, in the building. That's my homeboy right there. Big time salute to Mellow Mike. I see you in the building. Okay. And Travel. Okay. Big time salute. I appreciate that, Killer B. To all the members that just joined, you got to get inside that Discord server 100%. All you got to do is hit the join the Discord server link in the membership section. It's fire. Tonight, we will be talking about this game. It's going to be lit in there. And it's only basketball talk. It's no trolling. It's no 100,000 people. It's a great way to extend the conversation with me, and it's fire. You're going to enjoy it. Once you get in there, you're just going to be talking every day about the Knicks. So big time salute, Killer B. I do appreciate that. And to all the people who just joined the stream, let's continue to like the show, right? We got a lot of topics we're talking about. We're definitely going to be talking about tonight's game. I also want to talk about last night's game because I didn't get a chance to discuss it with y'all. What are some things y'all liked about last night's game? We could get into the particulars with that as well. I thought that it was a master class. Defensively, it was a master class. One of the things that I keep telling you guys, and also while you're at it, you might as well subscribe because we noticed that in the last 28 days, 58.8% of you guys are not subscribed. So help us close the gap and subscribe. And of course, we're giving away, once we reach the 5K milestone, this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. All right. So make sure you get a part of it. But the one thing that I keep preaching is in the NBA, you can't overhelp. When you overhelp and now you're double teaming guys, that's going to leave room for other guys, especially a team like Toronto who's now shooting the ball a little bit better. You don't want to get these guys open shots. Like this kid Walter is nice. I know we hadn't seen it yet. But them boys on Toronto, they could play. It's just that our defense is too good, but them dudes could play, seriously. And before I continue, and I'm opening the phone line, I do got to do the MVP donors. I got to salute everybody who takes care of me and supports the channel. Big time salute to AP. He says, you can only play as Ryu and Ken is hard as hell. Yeah, that game, I didn't like it. I didn't like the first Street Fighter. Because you know what it was? I played Street Fighter 2. Now, if I would have played Street Fighter 1 first, I think I would appreciate it more. But once you play 2 before 1, you're like, nah, though. I need E Honda and all these guys. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. And then when the one with T-Hawk and Fei Long and them guys came out, I was like, yeah, dog. I can't even go back to 2. You know, once that Turbo came out, it was a wrap. But yeah, y'all see later when I drop the clip why I'm using the Street Fighter references. But yeah, big time salute to you, AP. I appreciate the support always, and continue to smash that like button. I want to give a big time salute to some of my MVP donors in the last couple of shows. I want to give a big time salute to Mr. Knicks 101, Buzzer Beater, Chosen and Loving It. Big time salute to you. Of course, my man AP, right? Big time salute to Hakeem the Dream. Big time salute to LD, okay? And big time salute to my man, Big Mike, that guy, 22, okay? Of course, Empire 717, JT, all right, Mellow Mike, big time salute, and Parish Thugger, let's go. Sean Hayes, all right, and Zach, big time salute to the MVP donors. Do appreciate you guys. Also, to the new channel members, right? The ones that just joined today, big time salute to you. But to the other new channel members, my man Hammy, LA, Matter of Opinion, Jose, and big time salute to Tugboat Taylor and the Sporting Page, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate the support. I got more MVP donors, but I will get on that on the next show, all right? So I just had to make sure I take care of that. So I guess right now what I could do, we could start talking. Y'all want to discuss last night's game? I'll let you guys call up the show. 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. All right. Continue to smash that like button is very important as well. But you guys can call if you want to talk. And yeah, we could discuss last night's game because that's exactly what I'm about to get into, last night's game. And I should be good. Hopefully I am good. Let me just make sure. Yesterday we had some technical difficulties, but okay. I should be good, but if I have to pivot, I can. Call up if you want to talk, all right? So I'm gonna leave that there. Let me go into a little bit of last night's game. Now last night's game, very impressed. It was our third statement win of the season. Now, what do you mean by statement win? We beat the Spurs. We beat all these teams. We mostly beat these teams at home. We've only beat 2 top 5 teams in the conference on the road this season, and that is Boston and Toronto 3 times. Damn, we own Toronto. Boy. All right. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to beat them in the playoff series, right? There's no correlation between the two, but I do think we will beat them in the playoff series. But according to this, that's how we define what a statement win, 82 nights, okay? If you want to place your order on this, you can. Get you one of these is in the link tree /TheObjectiveFan. All right, we also got a playoff edition that we're launching as well. Anyway, so according to that, that's why this is our 4th statement win. We won 3 times in Toronto, their top 5 team in the conference, and then we also beat the Boston Celtics. Goddamn, y'all know we hate the Boston Celtics. Anytime, big time salute to us to beating the Boston Celtics, man. Listen, I can't stand the Celtics. I really can't. And so for me, getting the wins against them is just hella important. All right. Hella vital. Now, hold on, let me just make sure I'm good here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to touch briefly on last night's game. Some things I noticed as I look inside my 82 nights journal. I feel like the boys in orange and blue just held it down, man, on a high level of holding it down. And matter of fact, you know what we could do? Because now I got some clips. I'm going to put some clips up there. So I'm going to tell you when the game started for me, right? And this is why I got to give Mike Brown and the collaboration a big time salute. Salute to the Mike Brown and the collaboration. They do a great job, right? And here's what I mean by doing a great job. They allow, even though I question the collaboration at times, I do see the value in specialization. Specialization. What do I mean by specialization? Well, they got guys on this team, in the organization, period, but on this team that specialize in certain areas, and they allow them to use their proficiency in these areas. So this is Brendan O'Connor leading the timeout, talking about defense, giving these guys the strategy. Okay, at this point we were down, right? We were getting killed, and they made an adjustment, and they tightened up. I think part of the adjustment was, not trying to guard Ingram single coverage. I know it's hard to see your man getting cooked, but preventing the unnecessary double teams. Right? Then they put a priority on the defensive glass. You know what? One thing that during this last stretch of games that has been reliable is the defensive rebounding. Remember, defensive rebounding is a part of defense. You dominate the glass, you take away second chance opportunities. See, the Toronto Raptors are a team that has, I'm not going to say they're limited in the half court because there's way more limited teams than them, but their offense is not as solid in the half court. They are a transition fast break team. They want to turn you over and get out and run. And now they're shooting threes. So Brendan O'Connor was in there, getting these guys right. Toronto at the time, and I got the numbers, they were shooting 56% from the field, 50% from three. Okay. And they had a 5-point lead. They called the timeout. Brendan O'Connor, he's leading the charge during the timeout. Right. And then that's when you see in the shift, they went on a run. And the crazy thing about the Knicks and the Raptors games, like the Raptors, they be fighting, boys. They be trying to stay close, but the Knicks are always primed for a run. And then once Ingram left the game, the score was 24-19. When Ingram came back in the game, it was 37-31. Big time salute to the boys in orange and blue, taking advantage of the non-Ingram minutes. That is going to be key against the SGA team tonight. Though there's a wrinkle and a twist, and I'm going to get to the OKC game later, some of my observations. But I believe that is a minus, I'm sorry, that's a minus 12. Make sure I get my math right. Trying to count plus minus. Hold on. 8, 6, 14. So they were a minus 14 with Ingram off the floor in the first half. And the Knicks just picked their spots. Then when Ingram came back, I thought Josh Hart's defense was incredible. By the way, he was the defensive player of the game. Salute to Josh Hart for winning the defensive player of the game. I thought his defense was phenomenal. He took on the Scotty Barnes challenge inside the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. I was telling the guys, I said, hey, OG should get that assignment. OG should get that Ingram assignment because, the Barnes assignment because Barnes can post you up. Barnes he's just coming off injury. So he's a -2 in his scoring. He's not as efficient either. But at the same time, I was concerned that they would feature Barnes too and try to go with a 1-2 punch. But, they fell into the same Brandon Ingram trap where we just let Ingram cook and now quickly can't get it going. By the way, salute to Jalen Brunson and Towns because they stepped at their defense. Matter of fact, I got another clip I want to get into. Let me see if I got it loaded. I got another clip I want to get into. Right? And this is showing the big Bodega's progress. A key play that he had on defense. This is the Bodega cat who don't play no defense. Look at him. In the passing lane, steal and dunk. That right there, to me, was a pivotal moment in the game because if you can turn over a team that turns over, you pretty much neutralize and nullify that effect, right? And how you can tell the Knicks transition defense is on point, all you got to do is go look at the fast break points. And I'll put that on the screen for you. The Toronto Raptors only had 13 fast break points. Anything under 13.5 points, according to the 82-night system, that's a win usually for the Knicks. I got my first caller. Hopefully the lines work. Let's see. What's going on, Joe? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Big time salute, man. How's it going, family?
You hear me?
Let's go.
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Joe? Uh-oh, hold on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me, right? Okay, cool. So where we going? Where you want to go?
Oh, okay, you're there. All right. Yeah, so the Knicks Raptors, I want to talk about the game.
Yeah.
Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart. I loved his stat line for this game.
Mm-hmm.
7 rebounds, 7 assists, 12 points, went 6 for 7. Even though he had 2 turnovers,
Right.
I'm still cool with him with only 12 points in 31 minutes. He had a plus 14. I thought that was pretty good.
Yep.
And Ingram looked pretty good too. I was watching Ingram. Ingram looked like he was going to go off for more points.
Yeah, he does
But
that
I'm
every
glad,
night. Not 30, but he gets buckets every. Not 30, but he gets buckets every night.
Well, yeah, that's why when people say Jalen Brunson's overrated, I'm going, well, look, Jalen Brunson, 26 points. He's always giving you, 26
Consistent.
points. Yeah, consistently. Even though, 10 for 22, hit his free throws, was a +7 with Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Cat's usage also is looking good, 17 shots. He had 21 points, 12 rebounds.
They look good together.
We need our guys that are going to be scoring points to be the pillars of our offense, and that's what they did for this game. So, it looks great. And they both had the same of plus minus, so that looked good.
Yep.
I also want to talk about, having 7 guys in the lineup that can give you at least 10 points, like Diawara is in there with Shamet.
Shamet, yep.
This is what we need for the playoffs when we play.
Don't forget Alvarado.
So.
That's 8 guys.
Well, yeah, Alvarado too.
Don't forget Alvarado.
He was a plus 19, so I guess you can on him, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Though I can't leave that brother out. I'm about to show y'all why. It's another stat I'm gonna share with y'all in a second that's gonna blow y'all mind about him.
Awesome pickup. And people are trying to say, is it too early to say, oh, Mike, we believe in Mike Brown? I'm just saying, he said in the beginning of the season, this is going to be a long season. There's going to be ups and downs. He said it himself.
Well, of course.
So, we got to trust the process, in my opinion.
Right.
People want to talk that he's not good or whatever. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's not perfect, but he's not perfect, but he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job.
I like the rotation we have right now. I like the usage. This is good for me. I'm not complaining for tonight or for this game. I can't complain. It looks 100%. I love the rotations. I love that we have 7 guys in rotation that are scoring. Cat looks good. Cat was always my main concern. He had 21 points.
Yeah.
21 points. Yeah. We look good, man. This is what I like to see. This is the team that I love. This is the Knicks, man.
So look, on the way out.
I know they're there. I've seen it. I've seen this team. This is the team. This is the team that I'm confident in.
How you think we do tonight? How you think we do tonight against the the defending champions?
Well, what's the game plan here? Are we going at this? Are we using our guys? Are we going, if we're using our guys, we're going full head of steam, then yeah, we can win this game tonight, I think.
Well, Mitchell Robinson is a question mark. He's the only question mark. Everybody else is ready to go.
Well, if Mitch is in, he's playing good, that's a whole different story because Mitch changes the game, whether you want to believe it or not, I think.
Anyway. No, he does. I love Mitchell Robinson. I think that his impact off the bench, rebounding and defense is a major key. I just wish he could play more. But that's a whole nother topic, man. But I appreciate you, Joe.
Him having 20 minutes is fine for me right now. I mean, it's not playoffs yet.
I feel you.
So,
right.
Well, thanks for taking my call, man.
Big time, Joe. All right.
All right, man. Salute.
Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. We talking about a lot. We got the game last night. We got the game tonight. Back-to-backs is always crazy. I'm coming off Maxine's birthday. We had a great time. It's a lot going on. So keep the calls coming, man. What's going on, caller? Let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
Mark.
Big time salute, Mark. How you feeling, family?
Good.
Where you want to go? We got the game tonight. We got the game last night.
I want to talk about the game last night for a second.
Okay.
So I like Mike Brown. He's done a lot of good things. But one thing that it kind of bothers me a little bit is that when the Knicks need Cat, sometimes he's not there, and it's not just because it's because Mike Brown is keeping him out of the game at certain points where we really need him. Like it was last night, third quarter, and there was a point where the Knicks couldn't score at all, and they were getting the other team was getting second, third chances, Now I knew if Cat was there, he could do something there. But Brown is like he's very strict about when they could put him in the game, and when he takes him out of the game, and they won't put him in at certain points, and the lead was slipping away. And I knew if Cat was there, they would do something about that. But he wasn't, and I just a little upset about this, how strict he is about his minutes as well.
Okay. Well, I think part of that is because he likes to start him in the fourth. He wants to start him because our best 5 in the last like 3 or 4 games has been plus minus wise, if you care about that stuff, it's been Towns, OG, Bridges, Mo Diawara, and Alvarado. I think that's part of the reason why he takes Towns out at that point in the third, because he wants those guys to start the fourth to try to give us our best chance. But hey, I mean, I do agree that I would like to see more Towns and Brunson, especially in moments where we're losing. So I kind of agree with where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it that you want to put him in the fourth, and like they have these things about staggering Brunson and staggering Cat. You know, I do get that. It's just that like it seems to me like so obvious sometimes that like yeah, you just gotta put him in like another minute or two earlier than you want to, because the team really needs him right now, and then the lead's falling apart, and they need someone to take charge. And I don't know. That's my only complaint. Even though I do like Mike Brown, obviously I'm loving, a lot of the things that are happening right now with the Knicks.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, brother. Because look, I get on Mike Brown a lot, so yeah, I won't be the one to tell you not to. I do think there are things that make you scratch your head, and you're right for calling those things out. What do you think about tonight? Do you think that we got a chance to take these guys out? OKC, people crowning them champions already. What say you on that?
Oh, I mean, I think the Knicks can match up with OKC. It's just that, tonight without Robinson and with the rested SGA, it's going to be a little tougher. That's my only problem tonight, is that they're not exactly going to be 100%.
Right.
And on a back-to-back, I see some issues there, but if they're able to put some guys on and double team, they got to double team SGA. There's no way around it. I think they got to double team him. And if they can neutralize him to some extent, and not completely, of course, then they got a chance. I mean, they don't have Jalen Williams, so that helps a little bit too.
Yeah.
They got a chance, but like, I guess that's all I could say. Like I'm I want to be optimistic,
right.
but this is one of those. This is a spot where the Knicks sometimes don't give it their all. Sometimes, but
right.
like maybe they've turned the corner now, and they're a little bit different team than a little earlier in the season in a spot like this. Maybe if it's going to take a game it's going to take a Bridges game, like a big Bridges game, right? I mean that's
yes. Yes.
When Bridges gets going, like stuff happens, and more stuff happens. Brunson, Cat, they can do their thing. They need to do their thing usually for the game to be won, right? But against an elite team like OKC, especially a little shorthanded without Robinson, it's going to take Bridges and maybe someone else to really step up and have like a mega game, I think, for the Knicks to take it tonight.
Man, thank you for the call. Great call, brother. I appreciate it. Great insight. And great pushback on Mike Brown. Thank you.
Yeah.
Big time salute. So look, guys, the clock is not working for them. I thought I fixed it. I didn't. So I'm gonna work on that after the show. So I'm gonna manually police the calls, okay? But 646-995-8389. My only concern about double teaming. Normally, you know how I feel about double teaming, but this guy tonight that we get ready to see, this guy is the best scorer off double teams. Double teams don't stop SGA. This guy is a machine. He is a 30-point machine. There could be some value in double teaming, but we will address that later. As you guys continue to enter the show, this is the Blue and Orange Brunch. We're talking about the game last night, the game tonight, Dave Fizdale. But as we get in between these topics, I do need you guys to continue to smash the like button. We do 100 likes minimum on this channel. It's the minimum, not the maximum. Please don't confuse the two. There is a difference. So smash that like button. We don't have no limits on likes. All right. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Let me see if my people's up in here. JJ, okay. Ooh, I was gonna look into that once I get to the game preview, JJ, on Mitch. I didn't see that when I last looked, but I'm gonna check that out. Big time salute to the A-level films. Okay, big time salute to you. Let's see. My man Zach in the building. Ah, yeah, they listen to the show. Oh my God. Yo, you know what? I'm telling you right now, y'all. They be listening to the show. Now I'm not sure if the Knicks are listening to the show, but people be listening to the show. Because I'm like, didn't we talk about that 2 days ago? But big time salute. Smash that like button. I want to talk. I'm gonna get to the game tonight, but I gotta talk about Alvarado. No, let's get to Mitch. Let's get to Mitch. And I may save Alvarado for later, but we do got to talk about Mitch because for two reasons. We know we got the injury, possible injury, potential injury from last night. Oh, you know what? Let me get to my man D from LA. See what he got to say. What's going on? D from LA in the building. Where we going? Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, channel member, MVP donor. Where we going, brother? Where we going? Can you hear me? Hold up. Did I lose him? He must got some bad reception. D, call back when you ready, brother. I gave you a great intro. I don't even think I could repeat that intro. This guy, he gets the grand intro and he disappears. But while I wait for him to get back, I'm prepared to put this Mitchell. And then you guys can keep calling as well. You know, we're talking in between topics, and he calls back. What's going on, man?
You good? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, man. I gave you a great intro, man. I don't think I could replicate it.
I saw it. He said MVP gangster.
Yeah.
You good?
Everything good, man. Yo, we got a win last night. You know, we were talking last night in the Discord server, and
absolutely,
you know, everybody was feeling good.
Go ahead. Carl Ananobi Towns. That's his new name.
Carl Ananobi.
Yeah. Carl Ananobi Towns.
I like that.
He had that Ananobi style steal for the dunk. Mm-hmm. Look, if we can get this Carl Anthony Towns for the rest of the season, literally just this, I'm giving us a really good chance of winning. Obviously, we would love him to level it up even more on the scoring board.
Of course.
But just this guy that's focused,
yep,
he's on a mission, bro.
Dangerous.
He's on a mission. And what I know he gets credit for, but not enough, is the rebounding.
Yes.
Like, you can't be soft rebounding like that. You know what I'm saying?
I will not allow men to call Towns soft. Please.
You can't be. You rebounding like he does. You know, obviously there are things that we would like better from him, but
of course.
He's not soft though.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And yesterday obviously was a good game. I was telling folks in the chat, this is just kudos to Leon Rose, because I was going through it, like looking at Emmanuel Quickly and what it will take to get an Emmanuel Quickly as far as salary is concerned. And it's like seven or eight Knicks. So one Emmanuel Quickly that we got rid of is crazy.
It's crazy.
Kudos to Leon Rose. But tonight, guys, tonight is the night. This is what we want to see, OKC. Tonight. This is the game that we want to see. And I think we're ready to at least showcase that we belong on that final stage based on the way we've been playing. But yesterday was a good game. Tonight we are ready. BTA.
Ooh,
BTA.
You going there? Let's go. I'm riding with you.
Yeah, I got you. No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what about damn, there was a question. I lost the question. It was about tonight's game. Oh. So do you think that after this game, because you got us BTA, is old media gonna give us the respect now? They're going to be like, oh, the Knicks, they're title contender. Do you think that when we beat OKC tonight, that those guys are going to try to flip the script and try to put us in a bigger light? Or do you think they're going to find a way to deny it and say, oh, well, OKC was tired. It was the second night of a back-to-back. Like, what do you think about that? Oh, did I lose him? Oh, he's off the line. All right. sorry I lost you. I'm not sure if that was me or you, but that's another part I want to know as you guys call up. I was just adjusting something behind the scenes too. I just wanted to let you know that Towns and Brunson haven't really been cooking together, where both of them are getting like 20 or more. So last night was the first night. So put it like this: in the last 11 games, no, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna say in the last 9 games, they only eclipsed the 20-point mark together 3 times. Okay, and anytime the two of those guys score 20 or more, we are 15-8. So we need to up that and continue to feature those guys. What's going on, Rock from the ATL?
Yeah, what up? Okay.
Everything is good, man. I can't complain, brother. Where we going? I mean, we got the game last night. We got the game tonight. Where you want to go?
I'm agreeing with you about old media. They're gonna try to put us back in the box.
Of course.
You know, earlier I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and I usually agree on his takes and usually up front, but I'm not sure if it's him or it's just crack staff researching. He had the nerve to say he's doubtful of the Pistons. This I agree because um they don't have enough offense to support Cade going
That's
through
a
the
fact.
playoffs.
Yeah.
And he had the nerve to say, but the Knicks don't have the defense to deal with anybody consistently throughout the playoffs.
See, that right there gets me upset because these are the same people that they acknowledge the regular season, right? But now that we're the number 1 defense in like the last 16, 17 games, no one cares about that. To the point where Stephen A. Smith, really quickly, Stephen A. Smith talked about, and this is how I know he's talking from narratives and talking points. He ain't really coming up with his own stuff. He goes, yeah, the defense is also a problem too. They don't have the Coach Tibbs defense, even though they did improve in the recently. Do you know that last year's team never at any point was a number 1 defense? Never. They never were. So where are we going? Like what we're doing now with this team with Brendan O'Connor? Oh man, that's the recipe for a championship. 100%. But go ahead.
Yeah, you're correct. So that means their staff is not doing proper research. Because look at the last 18, 19 games. So, like I said, like you were saying before, these guys don't look at the game. They rely on others to do the work for them. But a king is only so great as the subject underneath that support him. You know.
Right. 100%.
And I meant to bring this back to you on like maybe like the last 2 times I talked to you. It's funny you mention it. I think maybe every once in a while, because if you look at the time you come on, sometimes you leave after 12 after a game.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks might be listening, man. Because I remember maybe a week and a half back, I was complaining about Cat. I said, "Yo, Cat got so much skill, man. Why he don't do this move and that move? He has Patrick Ewing available to him.
All right.
And I've been seeing little moves every now and then now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just throw this out there and say, yo, Cat, if you listening, man, just give us a dream shake tonight, man. To show us that you listening. Just do a dream shake. I'm not even gonna tell you to hop to the middle, do a reverse pivot, and fade. I'm not gonna say that. Just do the dream shake so we can see that. We'll know if he's listening.
Listen, let me tell you something, Brock. If he does that, I'm posting this clip. Just letting you know.
I hope you post it.
This will be a short everywhere tomorrow.
If he do that, yo, you ain't gonna be able to stop me from talking and calling this show from now on.
That's a fact, man. Yo, I mean, because, yo, the beauty of the show is that Knicks fans, I mean, I always say this, right? It's like they say Africa has the greatest DNA diversity. So that means they got the smartest people and the dumbest people. We got the most fans. So we got the smartest fans ever. But then we got some of the most delusional and not smart fans. So a lot of the people that call up here, fortunately, are amongst the smart fans. So yeah, y'all always got some good stuff to say. And that's why I'm very confident with getting into the ring with anybody, because I got to deal with y'all every day. So yeah, on the money. On the money. Anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Goes back to what I said before about what's the coach name from the Kansas City Chiefs? How he said he got to play from the janitor.
Reed? Andy Reid?
Andy Reid. So sometimes you gotta outsource little tidbits of information to implement it into what you're doing daily as a professional from obscure places, you know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you said that. I remember. Oh,
yeah.
100%. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you what, I know definitely people in media be listening to it. I know that for a fact. Because I'm like, yo, we definitely talked about that the other day. Like the term Mikal disappearing acts. I don't remember reading that nowhere else.
Shows up. And then Mikal shows up, right?
No, I'm talking about the term. I'm talking about the term Mikal Bridges disappearing acts. Like, I think we started that.
Yeah,
I know I read a lot of news, but I think because I remember Mikal Bridges disappearing acts. So, and now everybody, you see it everywhere now.
How many times we kept saying for Cat, stop clamping these cats' arms when he's going to the lane that's going against them. And you know the staff had to be telling them all this time, but no, what's the difference? He hear it from us, and now it clicked.
Bingo, man. But I appreciate you, Rock, man. Great call.
All right, bro.
Big time. All right. Once again, my alarm is down, so I'm manually ending the calls. I don't know what's going on. I gotta fix that. I don't know what's going on with the alarms. But meanwhile, we still rocking. Continue to smash that like button. All right. As you guys enter, we got 100 like minimum policy. I see the great Crims Dad in the building. Big time salute to you, Crims Dad. Hopefully you're enjoying your life. Big time salute to Crims Dad. I appreciate him. Travel vibes in the building. Salute to all the channel members. We come together and form like Voltron. OKF Nation, stand up. Big time salute. Continue to smash the like button. I want to talk about Mitchell Robinson. I'm gonna get back into some calls. If I miss your call, I'm gonna call you back. Give me 2 minutes. I have to talk about Mitchell Robinson really quickly. Because it's important. I'll skip the free throw shooting stuff if y'all want to talk about, because people say that he should shoot underhanded. Y'all want to talk about that, we could. I'm going to skip that because there's a lot to talk about today. But I need to talk about this because I got into a huge debate. Big time salute to my man, HRM the Great, in the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. We got into a huge debate yesterday. Not a huge, but it was a debate yesterday on load management. And, I basically was saying how, there is no evidence. There is no evidence that load management prevents injuries. That's just not true. There's no science to confirm that. What they use load management for is to transition a player from injury into a normal return, right? Without setbacks. So that's why they limit their minutes, because they don't want to overexert whatever injury they have. Some people got minutes restrictions. Some people don't. Well, SGA technically has a minute restriction, but he really doesn't, because he did play over 30 minutes, but he didn't play in the overtime. So I guess you could consider that a minutes restriction, but he came back over 30 minutes. Like, he didn't, like a lot of guys like Giannis and these guys, they come back with over like 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes. SGA played 30, 32 minutes from the rip and still dropping 30. The man's incredible. But Mitchell Robinson, he's been going through this load management, and it don't make no damn sense to me because he's been healthy. Trust me, I stalk the injury reports. You've never seen a Mitchell Robinson soreness, Mitchell Robinson inflammation. Never seen it in no report. You see load management, you see ankle, that's what goes on the report. But the brother has been healthy. So this is what Mitchell Robinson had to say in response to it. He said, Mitchell Robinson, who underwent multiple surgeries on his ankles, has not played in both sets of back-to-backs this season and is happy with that plan since it's kept him healthy. See, that's what I debate. And by the way, channel members, I will be doing a members-only show on this topic this weekend. And I'm going to pull out all the stops. But do remember, to all my science people, there's a such thing called a placebo effect. Could that be the case here with Mitch? He feels like it keeps him healthy, so it keeps him healthy. I feel great. It's awesome. This plan we're on, we should just stick to it. Robinson clutched his surgically repaired ankle. Now, that's a concern last night. I swear to God, we cannot make this up. As we're having the debate, or just right after we have the debate, Mitchell Robinson holding his ankle. And one of the things I stressed was, and I continue to stress, is that load management does not prevent injuries. Because anybody could go up and land awkwardly. That's not a preventable injury. I don't want to steal my thunder for this week. I'm gonna say that. But to see him limp like that, I was like, oh no. You know why? Because there's been times where we've seen guys get hurt and they didn't come back for months. Remember, was that Deuce last year when Deuce went out? Who was that last year? Or was that Mitch? It might have been Mitch. When we thought the injury was a small injury and then they were out for a long time. That might have been Deuce too. Could have been a couple of people. Anyway, nonetheless, that was a concern to me. And then what is the result of your load management? Because I pointed out 5 games yesterday that we lost without Mitch, that he could have helped us win those games. Now, yes, it's regular season. We don't care about the regular season like that. As long as we get to the playoffs, that sounds hot. That sounds cool. But if I am playing for the difference between the 3rd seed and the 2nd seed, and I need that home court advantage, I think that would have helped us out a lot. I'm not saying that we can't beat Boston or whoever without it, but I'm just saying it would have been a great help to have it going into battle. So he came now, he clutched his surgically repaired ankle and came up limping after fighting for the rebound. Do I got that clip? I might have that. I don't want to look it for it now, but I'm going to start trying to play clips now, you know, but because I think I do got that clip somewhere, but I didn't stash it. Anyway, Robinson said there was no x-ray and didn't seem concerned. I came in here. This is the good news. I came in here, retaped, sat my butt down right here in the locker room and listened to the coach and went right back out. Salute to Mitchell Robinson. You know, I don't want to see the brother hurt. I don't want to see that. That is a scary sight. And so I'm happy that was the reality of the scenario. And I think because of that, and possibly I'm wrong, I think that's why he's not playing tonight. I think they were going to let him give it a go because this time around, usually Mitchell Robinson is on the report for one of the games going in the back-to-back. He's usually on there. So somebody put in the chat earlier at glance, they said that Mitch is out for tonight. So that is the update. Mitchell Robinson will not play tonight's game against Oklahoma City. And I think possibly it's because of that. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play against Denver. Now, if he's healthy and he's not playing against Denver, you got to ask yourself, what is the purpose of the load management? And that's what my challenge is. And I will explain myself in greater detail this weekend. All right. So if you are a channel member, be in for a treat. These, I'm telling you, the member-only lives are very special, man. We be getting it in. Salute to the members only. I'm calling you guys back if I miss your call. So if you see a call back, it's from me. All right. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. All right. If you don't answer, I'm not going to stay on too long. A-level, if you're listening, I'm calling you back, brother. All right. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Continue to smash that like button while I try to get these callers on the line. What's going on, A-level?
This is Albert Edwards.
Man, that's a crazy voicemail, A-level. What type of voicemail is that? All right, hold on. Do I got another one? No. Oh, yeah, I hit everybody back. Okay, cool. So yeah, keep the calls coming in. 646-995-8389. We talked about Mitchell Robinson. Ooh, you know what? While I wait for calls, I got another nice little topic, and then we could talk about the game. Now that we have our pick, there's some young bulls coming out. And Leon Rose, he can do it again. He could get us another young prospect too. Because I think we got second round pick. Well, we got Washington, which more than likely will be a second round pick. I don't think we're going to get the top like 9 or whatever it will be. I don't foresee that. But hold on, let me get this on the line. So there's 2 players that I've seen some stuff. Now, y'all, to all my college basketball people who watch college basketball and you know guys that's going late in the draft, you know, this is your time. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't watch that much college basketball. I'm familiar with all the top players. But once you start getting to the last of the first rounds, yeah, I'm lost. But you see this kid right here, they're going to get a 3-and-D wing. They say that he's an elite 3-and-D wing. We could use that. Hopefully he has some size on him because you know that is. Hopefully he's 6'9" and an elite 3-and-D wing. Anyway, so the New York Knicks could draft as strategic long-term tool. That's a fact. We do got some picks. We got, and second round picks. So we control our first pick. And of course, it's going to be towards the end of the draft. But we do got the Wizards pick. And no matter how much them young bulls, Trey Johnson, Will Rowley, Kalubali, what's the other kid out? Bub Carrington. No matter how well those guys play for Washington, they're tanking. It don't make a difference, right? So they're more than likely going to keep this pick, but that is an alternative as well. Okay. In the latest mock draft, the Athletics' Sam Vecini projected the Knicks to select Baylor guard Cameron Carr. Do you know who this kid is? So all my college basketball people, they're saying that we should get this kid. He's averaging 19.2 points, 5.6. I like the rebounds. And 2.7 assists on 1.4 blocks. That's incredible. Shooting 50% from the field, 38% shooting. That's fire. I don't think they got his height. That's the first thing I'm looking at. Oh, I would get the clip. Let me see if I get the clip for y'all. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. No, I'm not gonna be able to get the clip. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm gonna do it. They don't got his height. I'm gonna get his height. We gotta look up this kid's height because I need height on this team. I don't need another 6'2" guard. I swear to God, if it says 6'2", I'm ending the stream, y'all. If it says he's a 6'2" guard, I'm ending the stream. All right. Let's see. Wikipedia. Oh, he's 6'5". All right. 6'5" guard. Y'all good with another 6'5" guard? I don't mind 6'5". Because you're going to lose Clarkson, right? Shaman is a mystery. And, hey, if you get this kid late in the draft, there's another kid, too, I want y'all to tell me about. Cameron Carr. And there's another kid, too. Hold on, let me get his name. Give me 2 seconds. Now I got to start paying attention to college more. I mean, I am because of the March Madness tournament. I usually pay attention to that. And then that's when a lot of these guys, they get their name. They make their name going into the draft or to the tournament. So I'm curious to see exactly what other guys are out there. And the cream of crop is it's a lot of guys that can play because of college basketball paying the players. You got guys staying in college. Now, of course, we don't like the transfer portal. There's things that are definitely cons, but I do think the players are developing who stay longer in college. Now, yes, we don't like the fact that they can choose. You got guys quitting and all. I don't like that. That's wild to me. Like, you shouldn't just be allowed to quit. But besides that, there's a lot of pros to the way the system is going. Uh-oh, Maxine, the super producer. All right, happy belated birthday to Maxine. I see you in the building. Okay, super producer's here. Now the cipher's complete. All right. So let's see. Hold on. Make sure I'm on the right page. There's another kid. All right. So there's another kid too, right? New York Knicks urge to keep rising prospect in New York. St. John's, big time salute to St. John's University. It's my school right there. Red Storm alumni, okay? Zuby. Zuby E. I'm just going to call him Zuby E. Don't ask me to say the last name. He delivered a dominant performance, finishing with 23.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2. Damn, these dudes be stuffing the stat sheet. The 21-year-old, look at that. 20. Hold on, how old was the other kid? The other kid was what, 21 too, right? I love it. I love to see 21. Look, the other kid was 21. 21-year-olds, because they make a big deal about age. Like if you're in your 20s, now these guys 21, 22 coming into the league in that second round, yo, they're making a career for themselves. And I'm happy to see these 21-year-olds, right, getting some good years in school in, education, all of that good stuff. It's great to see it. Now, of course, some of these guys don't really go to class. That's a whole nother topic. But still, I take a kid in college 2-3 years coming into the league versus guys coming out freshman. How many guys like my man? Okay, what was the big man from Duke? Damn, I'm mad at him when the show goes off. I remember his name. It was a big man from Duke that came out early. He was injured for mostly all of the year. Came out, didn't really do nothing in the NBA. Imagine if they were paying players when he was coming out. He could have stayed another 2 years, made a bag because he was a big high school prospect, and then now he would have been better prepared to come into the league. A lot of these guys are leaving college too early under the false guise of, oh, well, I was the man in high school, and now I'm going to be ready for the league. So you get a lot of these 21-year-old guys who are ready. Look, this is what I like because they got this man's height. The Zuby E kid, 30 games, 6'9". That's what we need. 6'9". Leon Rose, I hope you're reading. I hope you got guys at St. John's University games making sure this guy is the right guy, but he already got me at 6'9". All right? You get a 6'9" dude, 15.8 points, 7.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.9 block. This guy is a stat sheet stuffer. Now, I don't like the 32.5% from 3, but we can work on that. But I love the 54% from the field. I gotta watch this kid. I'm mad. I hadn't really watched St. John's like that. I had a game on one time, but I was so busy multitasking, I didn't even really pay attention to the game. So I don't even know what the hell was going on. I got to watch me some St. John's games. And like I said, now that we're in March, I'll be paying more attention to college. And so we'll be talking about these prospects. But those are the two names I got right now. If you want to talk about these guys, you can, 646-995-8389. And continue to smash that like button. We still are not at the 100 like mark. We got to get to the like mark. I got some callers in the queue. Before I get to the callers, we got to continue to smash that like button to get to 100, all right? But big time salute to everybody in the building. Killer B, I see you in the place to be. Big time salute, Killer B. I appreciate you. 100,000%. All right. What's going on, Moses?
What's going on? Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me? We all good. We clear.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Where we going? There's a lot of topics, man. We got a game tonight. We had a game last night. Where you want to go, brother?
I'm glad for this one last night, but, you know, Towns got to be consistent in the way he playing. He got to be consistent. But let me say this. Bro, we got enough guards in the team, man. We need size, bro.
Right. Oh, so you're not feeling the kid, the prospect, right? You're not feeling that?
Why you think last year, like, I don't know if you was watching, when Indiana killed us last year in the playoff because we didn't have
Of course I wait, whoa. You said you don't know if I'm watching. I did post games every game after the playoffs.
Like,
every game.
Size, bro.
But go ahead, yes.
Like OG Anunoby, you can't depend on OG Anunoby to do everything, to guard the big
That's
guy.
true. That's true.
Like, bro, like I'm not even let's say let's go with you. Even if you get Giannis here, right? It's still not gonna be enough to go far if you don't got enough size. Like I'm not saying, nah, I'm not dissing that. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
even if you get Giannis, you're still gonna need some size to help
Okay.
Giannis out.
Right.
You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that Mo Diawara will be here. I think that you got your draft picks. This kid from St. John's is 6'9". I think that would be the focus. You could go get you some 6'9" guys. Is Ariel might still be on the contract? I'm at 100 on Ariel. I'm gonna look that up. But you'll be able to get some, you'll be able to fill in what you need. We do got some picks this year. And you got young guys that you gotta elevate. Muhammad Diawara is 6'10".
He's 6'9", right?
Mo D, he's listed at 6'8", but he's really 6'10". I saw him in real life. He's like just under Ariel's height. He's a big dude, trust me.
Bro,
and I took a picture with him too.
The quick question: what's gonna happen with Mitch?
Yo, I mean, Giannis definitely impacts that trade because we will be hard capped at that second apron and salary will be tight. Now, it doesn't mean that he can't be a Knick, but I severely doubt it because you're going to have to trade a lot of salary to be able to sign Mitch and build a team. So that's why Mitch is kind of, it's like, I don't know, but you just never know. Maybe Mitch signs for the low. We got to see.
Yeah, because bro, I do not know, fam. Like to be honest with you, I do not, bro. It's like we trying to figure out the identity ever since we made the trade for Towns. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, we got to figure things out, man. It's like, yo, I hope they continue to play like this, and get the I'm hoping for the second seed, but if we get the third seed, I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? Because we still can make it to the finals in the third seed anyway. It's not like Detroit gonna beat us anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
we're not going to see Detroit because Cleveland beat Detroit in the regular season. So that means Cleveland going to beat them in the playoffs. That's how people think. So I'm just using their logic against them.
Yo, Steve.
So yeah.
Yo, they was talking about how Cleveland, we should be scared of Cleveland because of Harden and all that. I'm like, bro. I mean, if we lock down defensively and we don't play like we played last time when we played them, and I like Soham got to step up. Like the big man's Mitch got to be up. I'm saying if everybody's healthy and we lock and load, then I'm pretty sure we could probably take the Cavs out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think the Cavs got a bench really.
Nah, they got a bench. I think they do got a. They got Tyson. They got Merrill.
Like can they compete with ours though?
I mean, I like our bench because those guys. Like you got a Jordan Clarkson who's not playing. Like Jordan Clarkson will be playing in Cleveland. I think that's a major difference. But they do got Schroeder and Ellis. So
Jordan Clarkson needs to get burned, right? He needs to get some minutes.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Schroeder on their bench, yo. Like Schroeder is a playoff assassin. Like I'm keeping it real. Schroeder is a difference maker. It means that he had two. Let me tell you, he had two different playoffs where he averaged 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
In his career, he had two different playoffs, not the same year. He had two different playoffs where he had 20. He averaged 20 or more. He's prone for playoff basketball, bro. Oh.
Bro,
that doesn't mean they're gonna beat us. I'm not saying they're gonna beat us. I'm just keeping it real because you asked about their bench. Mm-hmm. I do like Schroeder on their bench. I do.
Who Knicks or Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland's bench. Schroeder, the point guard. I like him. He's effective.
And I don't. And speaking of Cleveland, we're not gonna see them until the third round anyway. So Boston, I don't know if he was listening. I think Tatum might be back. So
I ain't worried about that.
I ain't worried about that. But however, it's like, bro, let's say if Cleveland, who they gonna face in the second round?
Detroit.
I don't know.
They gonna face Detroit.
Oh. Yeah, I think they'll beat Detroit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried. Yep. So like I said, we gotta stay locked and load, man. We gotta stay healthy. Right now, it's all about getting our players healthy, still win games, get our players healthy, and then hope if we don't go to the finals, your best bet, you're gonna have to get Giannis up in here, bro. Because
big time, man. I appreciate you, Moses. Great call, brother. Big time.
Yeah.
Salute. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. How you felt about those prospects? I like those. I like the St. John's kid only because he's 6'9". I'm biased to height. I'm sorry, y'all. Big time salute to Tugboat Taylor in the building. AP said Cleveland's going to beat Detroit. Yo, AP, I'm just using their logic against them. I do. Even if Cleveland would have lost last night, I still think Cleveland would have beat Detroit in the playoffs. But I'm just using their logic against them because Detroit beat us 3-0. So that means they're going to beat us in the playoffs. So Cleveland beat them 2-1. So that means that Cleveland's going to beat them. I'm just using their simple basketball logic against them. See, one thing about me, I'm very consistent. Very consistent. I don't need to have confirmation bias. If my team don't got it, I tell you they don't got it. I don't have to make the Knicks to be the all-time great to make, no. I'm going to keep it real. So when we say the Knicks has the best defense in the last 19 games, they got the #1 defense, I didn't make that up. It's not my opinion. It's not based on my eye test. It's based off defensive efficiency. The numbers show it. The defense is for real. I'm tired of the Karl Anthony Towns slander in terms of saying that he's a bad defender. Is he Mutombo? No. No, he's not Mutombo. I mean, can you pull out a metric? Oh, yeah, opponent, what would they call it? Defensive field goal percentage? It's funny to me. Like, that's not a stat that you could use for an entire game. Because a guy like James Harden probably has a good defensive field goal percentage because he guards the weak link. Like when he was with the Clippers, James Harden had a top 25 defensive rating. What does that mean? Does that mean that he's a top 25 best defensive player? No. If you're on a good team and you have favorable matchups, your defensive rating would be high or possibly can be high. It doesn't mean that you're a great defender because he's not. Now, the one thing I give Cleveland credit for is that they do force turnovers. I couldn't believe it. And this is why I watch the basketball games. I don't just get on the mic and just talk. I watch the team play. So I'm about to talk about OKC. I watched their last 6 games. I am not just getting on the mic to tell you my opinion on OKC based off of just, yes, I'm a Knicks fan. And the highlight I saw on ESPN, no, I watched the game. So if you're watching the games and you're going with the stats and you're seeing where they parallel and connect, then you could draw some really good conclusions. And that's what I'm getting ready to share with you. But continue to smash that like button and call up if you want to talk this Knicks basketball. Hold on. Got to make sure I get to the supers. A big time salute to my man AP on the super. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Got to adjust my screen. Okay. He says, I've embraced Karl Anthony Towns. I haven't heard Dante Randall's name all year. Ooh. Hey, yo, you know what's funny, right? That's a great damn point. You haven't heard Dante or Randall's name the whole year. Whatever happened to, who won the trade? AP, to be fair, they said it one time. This was early. This is when I think Minnesota was like top 3 in the standing at one point. Early. Not now. Early. And they were going on a nice little run. And they were like, yo, Minnesota, they won the trade. And we actually did a take on that. And I laughed at it. I said, first off, it's too early to say that. And at the time, while Minnesota was going on this grand run, we were kind of falling off, but we had the same record. I just thought that was funny. And then y'all have this false illusion that the East is worse than the West. It's cap. And if anybody wants to debate me on that, we could debate that. In fact, I might even say the East is better than the West. I'm not going to go there. I think that they're pretty much the same. But if I had to make the argument which conference is better than the other, I probably would lean to the Eastern Conference. Yeah, I think I would lean to the Eastern Conference. But that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is they were touting the Minnesota Timberwolves for the progress they were making, and it's so great. I'm like, they got the same record as the Knicks. And the Knicks were in the higher seed. It just is baffling. So after that point, when Minnesota kind of like fell out of the top 3 AP, they went quiet. You didn't hear nothing about no Dante and Randall. That's 100% facts. And by the way, he says, happy birthday, Mad Max. I appreciate. Okay, shout out to everyone. Big time salute to you, AP. I appreciate the super chat once again. And definitely happy belated birthday to Maxine. She's in the chat. She's going to love to see that. But, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I watch basketball, bro. That's why it's like, I see clips and I'm like, I know they don't watch basketball. I know they don't. You know, it's like they just want to talk basketball. They don't want to watch it. I don't understand that. You know, to the people in the audience, y'all work, you know, y'all got responsibilities. Y'all not content creators. So, of course, y'all can't watch all the games. That's why y'all come here to listen to me, because I watch the games for you. And then I tell you about the teams. Like right now, Oklahoma City Thunder, last 5 games. I didn't do 10 games for them because SGA just got back. And the way they play when SGA is out versus when SGA is there, 2 different styles. 2 distinct styles. Continue getting those likes up, y'all. We got to get to 100 likes. I'm about to go in on this OKC right now. Continue to smash the like button. They play 2 distinct styles with SGA and without him. Now, my concern for the league, forget just us. As you guys smash that like button, my concern for the league is this. I feel like SGA missing the time that he missed, about a month, that made the rest of these guys better, bro. I'm telling you right now, Casey Wallace, Isaiah Joe. Casey Wallace had the best month of his career. In the last 5 games, he's averaging 16.2 points, shooting 42% from 3, and that's with SGA being there twice. So Casey Wallace might has made him the number 4 option on his team. I think that is safe to say. He always was the 6th starter. So like when they want to go small, they would start him. Like last year, you would see it. But he just never had the numbers like that. He wasn't getting buckets like that. Like he would shoot the 3 and he could get buckets, but those guys play in the system, bro. It's like OKC has the best plug-and-play system in the league, where SGA goes out, Wallace comes in. And now Wallace, he's not going to do as much as SGA does. But then Hartenstein becomes more of a playmaker. The backup big man, Jalen Williams, goes into a Hartenstein role where he makes plays and passes the ball. Lou Dort is more aggressive. Caruso is more aggressive. Like the system is, okay, we have to all as a unit chip in to rectify where SGA is missing. SGA played twice in the last 6 games. He played in Dallas. He played in Denver, well, against Denver at home. And they went 5-6 in the last 6 games. They went 3-1 without him in the last 6 games. They beat Cleveland without him. They beat Toronto without him. They gave Detroit a dog fight without him, okay? And they barely beat the Bulls last night without him. This is a team that showed that they could win games without SGA. I think this is one of the things that they convinced me of, because I always thought that he was the MVP and that this team may be a play-in team without him. After looking at them, and if I gave them, so like if you told me we're going to take away SGA and we're going to give them Williams, the one that's hurt, Jalen Williams, the starting like guard type dude, you give them with the rest of their team, with Chet, Hartenstein, or everybody there, they'll probably be a top 4 seed in the West. I think OKC coach, I think he's phenomenal. I think that the system they have is phenomenal. I think the talent development that they have is phenomenal. And let me give you the other guy who's a major key. who did a lot of that filling in when SGA was out. That's Jared McCain. I don't mean to keep tooting that Duke Blue Devil horn. It just so happens that every team in the NBA besides the New York Knicks has a guy from Duke that's a key integral part of the team. Let me tell you something. McCain, why did they allow Philly to trade McCain to the Thunder? You know, that's like Thanos getting Thor on his army. Like Thanos his army's already crazy. Now we're gonna just add regular Thor to Thanos' side, and that's exactly what it's like. They're not shooting the 3-ball well in the last 5 games. They're shooting 31.5% in the last 5 games, and they're still winning games. And I'm gonna tell you why they've been still winning games, even despite not shooting well. The Knicks have to capitalize off of OKC's poor shooting recently. We have to be able to rebound. Their field goal percentage is down. They're minus 3.7% at 44.7% in the last 5 games. That puts them at 26 in the league. Okay? We have to capitalize on the glass. The glass this time around is going to be way more important than it ever has been before. You know what? Before I continue cooking, let me get this brother on the line. What's going on, A-level? Talk to me, brother.
Yo, my brother. What's happening, brother?
Nothing much. I'm just giving these guys the rundown on OKC. Where you want to go? We got the OKC game. We got Toronto last night. Where you want to go, brother?
I just want to go on a point that you mentioned as far as, the world against the Knicks, man. Like, it's us against the world, man.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know if you tuned in or ever seen this video with Tracy McGrady on the DeMarcus Cousins and Lou Williams.
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
The Knicks, we had an identity last year. They had an identity last year. They had defensive. I said, you haven't been watching the damn games, bro.
Oh, my God.
We was worse last year defensively. We couldn't guard the 3-point line last year.
At all.
We had the worst defensive rating last year. And my thing is like what you were saying earlier, I just really wonder, even if we win a championship, bro, they still going to put an asterisk on it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, any kind of thing that we do, like, everybody's on us when we lose, but when it comes to actually showing up, like, oh, you're supposed to do that, or it's whatever. Like, they just don't want to give us the credit. And I think, honestly, we like the Bad News Bears team, yo.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
People don't want us to win. They don't want us to win. And I think it comes even down to the coach, Mike Brown. They got nothing but, it's like he one of us. It's like they got nothing but negative things to say about the brother.
That's facts.
When he's doing good, nobody says a word. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And what people don't understand is, I love when he first came to New York, he was saying that they was asking him about the pressure of the expectations. He was like, nobody puts more pressure on anybody than myself. I've never won an NBA championship before.
Right.
I've been to a finals before, but I've never won it.
Mm-hmm.
That really told me a lot about him in terms of how he feels about all of this noise that's going on about him and everything else. And I really hope the brother and all of us really win, that we can actually show the world, like, yo, just shut up.
Thank you. Shut up. I agree. You on the money, man. 100% on the money. I got it on the screen, by the way. Last year, we were 26 in 3-point defense. We gave up 36.7% from 3 last year. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. We were a 14th ranked defense. Terrible.
This team was doing so bad in the regular season, allegedly so bad, because our record ended up being 53-11, right? So the season record was no reflection on the highs and lows of how it was looking uncertain for us in the regular season, to the point that they had the Detroit Pistons beating us in the first round.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was crazy.
But we snapped out of it, and then so all of a sudden everybody thinks that the team that we were in the playoffs was who we were last regular season, all season, and that's not true.
Facts. And then, no, you know what? Like, this is my problem too, right? T-Mac and those guys are the same guys that would be like, oh, they were 0-10. That was the narrative last year. 0-10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they ran with that. And now what's the narrative this year? We're gonna see tonight. If we win, I swear to God, listen, we better not win tonight. Because I'm gonna go in tomorrow, bro.
If we win tonight and tomorrow, I'm not gonna say I'm good, but I'm confident. I'm confident.
You know what? No, you know why I'm gonna go in though is because they consistently use the regular season standard, right? When it's convenient for them. See, me, I know that there's no correlation between the regular season success and playoffs in terms of matchups. So if you beat a team in the regular season, it doesn't mean you're going to beat them in the playoffs. But they continue to use. So I'm using that narrative against them. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use their own narrative against them, and I'm going to talk my talk. So we beat OKC, we beat San Antonio, we beat Denver, we beat Houston. Damn, we just ran through the goddamn Western Conference like it was nothing.
Yeah,
the same conference y'all say is great.
About,
yeah.
Well, I would have saved Mitch. I would have saved Mitch for OKC tonight. I said, so playing OKC tonight means what? Beating them tonight means what?
Exactly. Exactly. Bingo.
If we don't beat them in the finals, it doesn't mean anything.
It don't mean anything. And that's the consistency. But I'm going to play with them. I'm going to use their own logic against them. I don't even think Detroit was in the building today. Detroit, where are you? I'm looking for Detroit. There's an APB for Detroit today.
Why?
And listen, they better show up tonight. If we win, they better not show up. Let me take that back. If we win, oh my goodness. But I appreciate you, A-Love. Any other things you want to add?
Likewise, brother. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you for your integrity.
Big time.
Thank you for calling people back, man. I really of course.
Love that. I give everybody at least one call back. Big time.
All right, my brother.
All right, salute. Yeah, I listen, man. On this show, I try to get everybody on the line. You know, rarely do I miss calls and don't call back. But I also, if I don't call you back on those rare moments, I tell you call back. So there's always an opportunity to get on the line because, you know, you guys got stuff you want to add to the conversation. And I like the balance between me and the audience. But yeah, we hold teams to 35% from three, 35.6% from three. The three-point defense has been astounding. It's even better if you look in the last 10 games and all of that. I don't even need to segment that. The defense this year is way better than last season. It's not a comparison between the defense this year and last season. Seriously. No. At no point, remember, I do a show called Knicks in 10. I've been doing the Knicks in 10 series for 3 years. I only did it 2 years on this channel, but the first year I was just doing it for me. I didn't do it on the channel. I'm telling you right now that last year's team defensively, especially guarding the three ball, was not this good. The paint was not this good. Like, we had one of the best paint. Like, you talk about protecting the rim, and we're one of the best teams at that. I know it don't seem that way. And if you listen to ESPN and all these guys with their fake narratives who don't watch basketball, they all follow a narrative. Okay, this is what the trending is. It's okay, the Knicks don't play defense. Okay, we're going to go to the old. Even the East and West thing, that's an old playbook because you can't look at the last 25 years and say, well, the West has dominated the East and automatically think that that's going to apply to this year. This is a different year. It's a completely different year. You got teams injured, players out. It's a lot of factors that's going into the East and West. You got team like Detroit that's kind of overachieving, right? At a very high level in the regular season terms. You got San Antonio in the West, right? But the bottom line is there's a lot of teams that we thought were going to be good who aren't that good. And there's a lot of teams like Charlotte who we thought were going to be the laughingstock, and they're trying to make a playoff spot. So, you know, first of all, you got to watch who you're listening to because there's a lot of crap out there. But the defense is phenomenal. And I think that our 8th ranked defense, if you go on NBA.com, it was 7th. So wherever you want to go, it might be different, but it's all around the same ballpark. It could be a tie. Nonetheless, whether you say 8th ranked defense, 7th ranked defense, we're top 10 defense. We take that defense tonight and we could get a win. Like I said, they're not shooting well. If we crash the glass in the last 5 games, okay, We are 7th in total rebounds. Okay, we averaging 47 rebounds, 37 defensive rebounds. If you look on the year, that's a +4 in the last 5 games on the defensive glass. We take that energy into tonight. See, I'm building off of the momentum of the last game. OKC has they hit a little shooting slump. Even though they're winning games, they're not shooting the greatest. You gotta crash the glass. Rebounding has never been more important than tonight. It will be. And we will see how dominant we are on the glass. The number one stat for us, turnovers. If you want, you know what? I could do this. I'll bounce back to back. All right, just so you guys can see it. I'm gonna go to OKC's stats, right? But I'm not just banking on their season stats. Some of the things that they do overall on the year, they still do at a very high level, like defense. I mean, they're still like a top defense in the league. Even though they're not the number one defense in the last 5 games, but that's just how that works, right? You're not gonna always just be number one the whole entire time, every day. So that's why you get lapses in teams coming in, because during this one stretch you weren't the number one defense, or you weren't as proficient as you were. But just to show you something, as my tablet dies, that's fine. I don't need it. This is the key stat of the night. I'm telling you right now, this is the monster stat. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they're 2nd and 1st in turnovers. Believe it or not, I forgot who's number 1. I don't think it's Toronto. Toronto's up there. I don't think it's Toronto. Is it Detroit? It might be Detroit. Anyway, nonetheless, the Oklahoma City Thunder force 17 turnovers a game. 17 turnovers a game, y'all. That right there is such a key. Let me tell you how key that number is. The Knicks, I'm going to go back to the Knicks. We give up 13.6 turnovers a game. We're one of the most elite teams at not turning. No matter how much you think Josh Hart throws the ball away, and a lot of you guys say, Brunson, dribble, dribble, dribble. We're one of the best teams in terms of not turning over the ball. So if we just do our average, if we just stay there, if we could stay there within 14 turnovers, the Oklahoma City Thunder, hopefully I'm still here. Okay, I'm looking good. The Oklahoma City Thunder, anytime they force over 14 turnovers, like 15 or more, their record is 45-8. They are elite. But listen to this. When they don't force turnovers, when they only force it under 14 and under, they're 14-7. That is the battle. The rebounds, turnovers, the 2 most important aspects tonight. We dominate the glass. We maintain within 14 turnovers. Do not give these guys an opportunity to run and get in transition and spray threes and get easy buckets if the shot's not falling. That's what they've been doing to win. They've been turning everybody over. But listen to this. Indiana beat them. Oklahoma. Indiana beat Oklahoma. The Toronto Raptors beat Oklahoma. Miami beat Oklahoma. Milwaukee beat Oklahoma. They all beat them by not turning over the ball. That is my major key stat for the night. We got to stay within 14 turnovers. It's important. It's imperative. If we get more than that, we getting cooked. Because, especially if the game is close. But that's what they do. They want to turn you over, man. SGA came back 2 games. He's averaging 31.5 points, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 steals, like it's nothing. Guy miss a month, he come back, he just do his regular numbers. Oh, and by the way, only playing, 31 minutes. Cason Wallace is that dude. Jared McCain, 14 points, 40% from 3. Isaiah Joe, 13.4 points, 39.5% from 3. Everybody else numbers is down. Chet is a -4. and not shooting well. Those 4 guys are your biggest threats offensively. Jared McCain. The non-SGA minutes, and this is what I was hinting towards earlier, are not easier time. Those guys, Wallace, Joe, boy, they run multiple screens. Everything is structured. They got a real system in Oklahoma City. A real system. Those guys just plug right in, and now you got 2 SGAs on the floor. Because now they run in the screen and roll action, trying to get you to sink in the defense, get you guys to commit, and to bring that weak side help over. They want to swing that ball. Next thing you know, Lou Dort's getting open 3. Caruso's getting, and it's a wave. It's not just one guy. And those guys have been holding it down while SGA and the other Williams is out. All right. So turnovers, dealing with the non-SGA minutes is going to be tough, and that's bad for the league because those guys have so much confidence. Like Wallace comes in the game like he's just been starting for 10 years in the league. The guy has no filter. Now he does start though. They start him, SGA. They start Holmgren, Dort, and Chet. I'm sorry, and iHeart. But when they close the games, they've been playing McCain and Wallace out there. In overtime, they brought Joe out there. They had Joe, Wallace. SGA didn't even play the overtime game against Denver. And they managed to score. Wallace and Joe took over the overtime against Jokic and them guys while SGA was on the bench. Another area that's key, but I don't think that is going to be that paramount. We talk about Jalen Brunson. I'm only going there because Jalen Brunson dribble. Right? Jalen Brunson dribble. He need to come off the rock. Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're minus 0.2 in assists at 25.4 assists a game. That pushed them at 19th overall. They're 18th. And they play a lot of ISO basketball in Oklahoma. So yes, they run a lot of screens and actions, but SGA is all ISO. And he scores off the double team too. Yeah, he'll pass it. He'll definitely pass. I'm not saying SGA doesn't pass at all. That'll be asinine. But he takes a lot of shots. He's super efficient. Very efficient, like Brunson is. Brunson's very efficient. SGA is more efficient, but Brunson's efficient. Those guys are at the top of usage rating. But ball movement is not OKC's specialty. But they still managed to get it done. Like I said, they're scoring less points. They're not shooting as well. And maybe that's possibly because they're not passing the ball. In terms of assist percentage, if you care about that stat, they're 59.6, which puts them at 24th in the league. They're 26 overall. And it's not a stat that they really dominate at. So all the people that keep telling me you have to win the championship moving the ball, all assist percentage does is shows how many of your buckets were actually assisted on. So the less assisted on buckets means the more ISO. More ISO. Because that means that you're getting buckets and it's not considered an assist. While the Knicks, on the contrary, with the Brunson dribble campaign, and I'm gonna put assist percentage in every scouting report I do. The Knicks are at 68.3% assist percentage. That's plus 4.5 on the year. That puts them at 10th. Overall, we're 14th. So that means there's 16 more teams than us that do dribble basketball, including the Detroit Pistons and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, here's another area that's kind of interesting. OKC's been playing at a faster pace. So, yes, they're missing shots, but they're playing at a faster pace. Upping the possessions. More quantity over quality. They're at a 102.32. That's a plus 2.7, which puts them 9th in pace. 18th overall. And, of course, the Knicks are playing dumb slow. We're at the bottom. We're bottom 10. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more. But I'm going to end it there in terms of my breakdown. If you guys want to call up to talk about it, we can. I say all of these things to say that this game is going to be a fight tonight. But it's a fight that we could win. I can't guarantee the win like I want to. But I do think that we have a good chance of winning. Because I think that on the road, OKC, coming to New York off the back-to-back, dealing with a rambunctious crowd, making the game ugly for them. You know, the Knicks have been playing more physical recently. I think that we have a great chance, a great shot. Big time salute to everybody in the building. I see you, Grady High School, in the building. My man, Gun Claps. Big time salute. Big time salute to No Strays, Boston. Hey, No Strays. Are we going to get in the war room? Where are we? Oh, I messed up. Damn, I just thought about something. I had an ill comment of the week. I forgot. I was supposed to respond to. Damn. I got to implement that. I might implement that tomorrow. Because it's an ill comment of the week talking about Mitchell Robinson. Somebody thought that they could challenge the stat master Miyagi, who is me, by the way, if you don't know, on a stat with Mitchell Robinson. And I'm like, dude, I'm stat master Miyagi. I'm not going to tell you a stat unless I know how to use it. I'm not going to make a claim unless I got evidence to back it. That's why I salute to my people in the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. I say, yo, do you got a source for that to prove that load management helps prevent injuries? Because I don't just allow you to come on here and just spew anything. I already did the Googling. He said, Google it. I said, I already did the Googling. You don't got no proof of that. So what we're doing, it could work. It could work, but you got to gather up the evidence to show that it works. And we hadn't done that. So we'll see. Maybe Mitchell Robinson will be the first. I hope he is. No Strays is not calling up, but I want him to get me somebody from Boston. I know that you're going to need somebody from NBA TV to deal with me because, you know, I see these guys and don't let these guys with these fugazi advanced stats make you think that means they know about basketball. Because I seen somebody saying, oh, yeah, I'm concerned about the net. See, and this is how I catch them. And people say it's deflection, but no, it's not. If you're going to say something, then we should be able to use it in multiple instances. So, like, somebody did a take. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's somebody on TV or something like that. And he goes, I saw a clip on either YouTube or somewhere else, but more than likely it was YouTube. And he's talking about the reason why he doesn't trust the Knicks to go to the finals is because they have two players who have pretty much poor defensive percentages, right? And I'm like, that's the only stat you're going to go by? Last time I checked, in the NBA, the defense is a team effort. Like, you don't got to be prolific one-on-one if the team is prolific as a unit. Well, then this is how I would have responded to him. So what about the stat where at the time entering the All-Star break, the Knicks were the only team in the Eastern Conference to be top 10 in offenses, top 10 in efficiency against offenses and defenses. The top 10 offenses and defenses. That's how I would have responded. Against top 10 offenses, we're ranked number 3rd. Against top 10 defenses, we're ranked number 7th. We're the only team in the Eastern Conference to have that ranking. Since you care about rankings and stats so much, I'm going to respond with rankings and stats. And that's not the only one I got. How about the last 40 NBA champions? Out of the last 40, 37 of them was top 10 in offensive and defensive rating. Notice how I didn't even go to individual stats. So you respond with 2 individual stats and make that your entire premise as if those 2 individual stats hold water. Well, what about the Denver Nuggets? They won a championship. I'm pretty sure Jokic's defensive field goal percentage ain't that great. And I'm pretty sure Murray's defensive field goal percentage isn't that great. Did you say the same thing when they won the championship? Maybe you did, but if you didn't, I'm going to call you out on your hypocrisy. You need to get somebody from NBA TV to deal with me and the entire NBA keyword, we call that, not keyword, research staff. These guys just get on the mic, man, and, you know, they bloviate, they exaggerate, and they just make stuff up. Now, it's one thing to get a stat wrong. That's cool. We do that all the time, you know. But to just make some stuff up or to make the false comparison, see, that's what I'm challenging. So Detroit, since y'all beat the Knicks 3 times in a row, and y'all gonna beat us in the playoffs, then I'm picking Cleveland because they beat y'all twice. So Cleveland's gonna win in the playoffs. I could get elementary if you want me to. To me, that's elementary basketball knowledge. Takes more than just that. But yeah, I'm just saying, these guys is ridiculous. Okay, all right, I see you, Travel Vibes. Okay, not we can. We're going. All right, I'll correct. We're going to win tonight. Big time salute to Travel Vibe. I'm just trying to stay objective, but you're right. Yes, AP, I'm going to continue to let them know. This is what I do on the mic, man. This is what I do. I'm here twice a day. Okay, I will be back tonight, right? And then sometimes we might even be here 3 times. If we get some news in the midday, hey, we're going to strike up a level-headed Knicks talk, man. But I love talking basketball. I study the game. You know, if basketball was college, the Knicks would be my major and NBA current events will be my minor. This is what I do. I read news all the time. And, you know, when I give you the analysis, you see stuff like this. See that right there? See that OKC scouting report? See that right there? Bam. See that right there? Bam. Okay, this is not even for this Friday. This is from the last time we seen the Nuggets. But I already got a jump start on the Nuggets because I watched like 3 Nugget games already because they came up in my scouting for other teams. So now all I got to do is watch the next Nugget game and I'm done. And we'll have the next Nugget scouting report on Friday. But this is what I do, man. I take the game very seriously. I document all that I see. And I'm going to continue to call out the fallacies. I'm going to call out the hypocrisies. All the, you know, inaccuracies and people trying to tear down the Knicks. If you're gonna do that, it's not happening on my watch. And I'm gonna tear down your entire argument. No dude gonna talk about I don't trust 2 guys that have poor defensive field goal percentages against going into the playoffs. No one cares. Who do you hear that knows basketball uses defensive field goal percentages like that? No one, you never hear nobody using stuff like that. So like when people got to use stuff that you never heard before and it's the crux of their argument, like what did I do? I made sure on this show, the only thing advanced I may have talked, well, the 2 things advanced that I talk about is offensive efficiency and offensive rate and the defensive rate. But those are the most common advanced stats. That's not stats you never heard of before. And then assist percentage may be the one thing you're like, what the hell is that? But I talked about turnovers. I talked about rebound. The basics, bro. The basics will get you through in basketball. Don't focus on trying to know all the other exotic stuff, bro. Because most of the time, you could use that context in a different way to make somebody who you know is not balling a ball player. Like, don't give me the Sohan over. Sohan has great defensive field goal percentage. Okay. Can he shoot? Can I play him with Mitchell Robinson? What's the pros and cons of that lineup? Because that defensive field goal percentage is only going to get you so far. Can it get me a goddamn bucket? I know that if I put Brunson in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes to go in a playoff series, that man going to get me some buckets. Is your guy with the better defensive field goal percentage stat, is he going to give me the buckets? I doubt it. Severely doubt it. All right, but listen. Oh, big time salute to my man. I'm watching in the building, man. Yo, we ready for tonight. I will see you guys tonight after the show. Big time salute to everybody in the building. And we will be back tomorrow for another Blue and Orange brunch. I do appreciate you guys. And until next time, as always, let's go.